one of the ClassPad Finance app. Lesson 8, this is page 34. And we're going to be interpreting and then using the Finance app. So here we go. Let's have a look at the situation. We've got 108, 5, all these values here. So let's talk about the situation. So you've got an interest rate of 5% per annum. PV of $28,000. What does that mean? You've got a loan of 28K. Now payments per year. So it's monthly, and negative 300 means it's coming out of your wallet. So you're making monthly deposits of $300. It's compounded monthly. And the last one is how many years is this going for? Now you may remember this formula. N is equal to PY times T, right? That was from the last video. Payments per year, in this case, is 12. 12 times something will make 108. So we know that that answer is going to be 9, right? So therefore, this is 9 years, over 9 years. Now we're going to use our Finance app to see what this loan of 28K with monthly deposits of $300, so you're trying to reduce the loan, we're going to see what the final balance of this loan is. So what we're going to do is going to use a Finance app. Okay, so I'm going to draw an arrow there saying we need to solve for the FV. Let's go into the Finance app now and practice using it. So here it is. Now remember, if you don't know how to get there, first screen, second screen, Finance, Calc 1, compound interest. Next is we're going to sub on in 108. Next one, 5, 28,000, negative 300. And then we've got 12 and 12. Now you may notice that you've got these buttons like here and here and here. These are interactive and these are our solve buttons. Now we want to solve for FV. So I click that and out pops negative 3058.75. That there is our answer. So let's put that in. Negative 3058.75. So we can say, therefore, how much money's left? He still owes $3,058.75 after 9 years. But we can see he's chipping away at that loan. What I'd like you to do now is have a crack at the one on the right, okay? So you can pause the video, have a go, see if you can find the PMTs and interpret it, and then we'll go through the answer. Okay, so we're gonna go through the answer here. First thing, hopefully you've got this. Negative 128, okay? And let's do some interpreting. So we've got here, this is an investment of 3K. Interest is 2% PA. It's compounded quarterly. Okay, payments are also quarterly. And he's doing quarterly payments of $128 out of his wallet into the balance, into the account every quarter. FV, well, we can see here that this is going to be, he has an investment of 6K. Okay, now N is going to be payments per year, so 20 is equal to T times by 4, and I'm going to get rid of that T and just make it a blank spot. Well, we know that that would be 5. Okay, so it's a 5-year period. All right, so there's our answer. Hopefully you went well there. Okay, let's go on the next one. We're going to actually use the Finance app from scratch. Now, this is typically what you'd get in a test is you have a situation and you need to find the final balance, for instance, using the Finance app. So here we go. At the beginning of 1 month, Rex invests $1,000 into an account, paying interest at 9% per annum, compounded monthly. An extra $100 deposit payment is invested at the end of the first month, and then at the end of every month thereafter. How much is in the account at the end of the 4th year? Now, I like to go through these and just write letters. So 4th year, that's T. He invests So this is a PV. Now in this case here, if it's investing negative $1,000, it'd be negative 1,000. It's coming out of his pocket into a balance. This is pretty simple. That's I. Extra $100 deposit payment at the end of every month. So that's negative because it's coming out of his pocket. And we can say it's monthly. So payments per year is also 12. Compounded monthly. So we've got CY is equal to 12. And what we can do is we can start filling this thing in. Okay. So I is pretty simple. 9 PV, negative 1,000. PMT, negative 100. FV, well, it says how much is in the account, so we're going to solve for FV. Payments per year and compounds per year is 12. And this one here, do you remember our formula? You need to go N is equal to T, 4, times by N, which is payments per year, sorry, which is 12. So 48. Now I'm going to show you how to plug this in the ClassPad and show you something nifty as well. Then we can solve for FV. So here we go. Go on a ClassPad. Okay. Now you can go Edit, Clear All, or you can just go Clear Page, and we're going to start typing some things in here. Now, do you remember here we had payments per year was 4. 4. And we had, it was over 5 years. So what you can do, it's not over 5 years, it was over 4 years. And I've just screwed that up. That was meant to be 12. That's why I'm getting confused. You can use this as a calculator. It's really cool. So I can go 12 times by 4, go execute, and out comes 48. Just a little hack there that you might enjoy. Negative 1,000. We don't know FV. We do know PMT. It's negative 100. We don't know FV. Solve. Here's our answer, 7122.18. And I've got a slightly different answer here. So I'm just going to double check. Oh, compounds per year. Whoops. Okay, let's try again. 7183.48. That's our answer. So I'm going to write that there. 7183.48. Now, I'd say he has $7183.48 in account. Okay, it's always nice to have a sentence. Some people just leave it there, but I like to make a statement there just to address the question, and you won't get marked down for that reason. Now, next question says, Rex wishes to change his repayments so that he has $10,000 saved by the end of year 4. Determine the payments required to do this. So they're saying, hey, what's the payments he has to do to get there? Now, we know it's over the same period, so it's going to be 48. Interest rate stays the same. Payments and compounding still has to be the same as well. Now, we want an FV, and so is PV. Here's $1,000. Now, we want an FV of $10,000 and positive because it's going to go from the investment account into his pocket. So we put that there, $10,000, okay? And it's positive because it's going from the account into his pocket. Okay, so it's an investment. Now we're going to go back onto our app and we're going to solve for that. So we want an FV of $10,000. Now we're going to solve for payments, 148.97. Now, what this means is, and I like to put this as a statement, he has to do monthly deposits of $148.97 to reach $10,000 after 4 years. Okay. Now, gents, that question there is a pretty standard question, and we're just using that finance app to help plug in and fill in all the gaps and then solve the remainder. Now, this one is your turn. You can pause the video now, have a go, and then we'll go through the answers. Okay, so we're going to go through the answers now. This is what you should have. 4 times 4 is 16. 5, negative $5,000. Negative $300. 11,376.80. 4 and 4. Now, we were solving for FV, so I expect to see an arrow there, and so we can say there is $11,376.80 after 4 years. Okay, How long will he have to wait until the account has exceeded 20K? So this question here, we need to make FV 20,000 because he's making $20,000, and then we're solving for N. Solve, and out comes an answer of. Now to answer this, we can't say 33.56. We simply say he has to wait for 34, and then what was our payments? It's in quarters. Okay. Now you could express it as something else. You could say how many quarters that'll be. So 8 years and 2 quarters if you want, just to practice converting. Okay. Last question, and yet again, pause the video if you haven't done all these questions yet to give it a go. If the bank increases the interest rate to 6% compounded quarterly, what effect will this have on the final balance of the account? There's a bit of a flashback to A, and these effect questions come up a bit. So you're looking at what's the difference, what's going to happen. So let's have a go. 4 times 4 is 16. It's now 6%, that's our change. Okay, now we solve, and out comes our answer of. Okay, so we've got so A16 on 6% is going to be 11,724.64. A16 at 5%, we had our answer previously, 11,376.80. Deduct one from the other, we can see that the change is a increase of $347.84. Okay, now hopefully that video was useful. In the next lesson, we're going to be looking at using the finance app for some investments and then some loans. Thanks.